Hello, Diane. It's lovely to connect with you again today. Today, I believe we're going to be talking about concussion, which is just fascinating. Can you tell me, first of all, what percentage of clients that you see that come into your practice that have concussion that don't even know they have it?
Probably about 70 or 75% of people don't realise they've got a concussion.
And so has this been causing symptoms going on in their life that they just couldn't explain?
It causes chaos within the body. They may be depleted, or they're really just not functioning at a normal level, or the level that they want to be functioning at.
And so explain that to me. Chaos in the body. What might people be experiencing?
They may be experiencing depression. They may be experiencing learning difficulties or inability to concentrate at work. They may be unable to be active, sporting. They may not be able to compete at the level that they were competing. The other things that they may be overweight and struggling to lose weight. Their hormones may be all over the place. So it creates issues in all areas of your life.
Right, but because it's your brain, right? And the pituitary gland is in the brain, so it affects every single hormone and function in your body.
It's your central processing unit. So, you need that for everything else to work.
And so do you find that a lot of people come to you with random symptoms, like it's a bit fuzzy, or I've got these headaches, or I've got these aches, or I've got these hormones that are out of control? And is it quite often a concussion?
Yes, even allergies.
Food allergies?
Food allergies may be from a concussion. Anything that's out of the ordinary that you can't deal with. So it's a cascade effect. Things spiral out of hand when your central processing unit is not working.
Wow. And why do you think that people are coming to you with concussions that they don't know that they have? Because it seems a very common problem, especially in New Zealand.
Well, I think the most important thing is that in New Zealand, our medical system is catering for concussion at the moment, but never did in the past. So a lot of these concussions may go back a long way. They may have a little knock to the head recently, and that could really set off an old concussion that happened years before, even when they were a child.
Right.
They may not realize that, didn't I say that they fell out of the shopping trolley into the frozen peas, which my nephew did do.
Right. And then so later on, when they have another mild concussion, it can set off a series of symptoms in their body that just don't add up and make sense. Yep. Because it's building on top of another past concussion. Okay. So it sounds super important to treat it. How do you treat it for your clients?
Well, usually it's a combination of using one of my modalities, which is Neuralink, or which is a form of applied kinesiology. It's recently been called NIS, which stands for the Neurological Integration System, and really coaching the client back to full health. So that and working out strategies how to get their health back, be it their hormones, maybe their skin, their sleeping, which is often disturbed, their headaches or other areas of weakness. There might be chronic low back pain, allergies, and they may not be functioning at school, so getting them on track. One of the girls I treated a few years ago, she was hardly at school for, I think it was year 10, and just recently, 4 years down the track, 5 years down the track, she got into med school. And if you don't realise, that requires a 95% average. So she really did, not only did she get on top of things, she really changed her life, and she's a really happy child. So that is just that's probably typical. That, you know, that's obviously was her goal to get into med school, but, you know, to become an elite athlete could be one of the other goals.
And so do you require anything of your clients? So they come in, you either do a virtual treatment or a practical treatment. What is required of the client in these treatments?
I think all that's required is commitment to do a series of treatments and to listen to what I say. So one of the big things is realizing that you're going to have increased symptoms if you push yourself too hard.
Right.
So we all love to do things beyond our means, and concussion will always rein you back.
Right.
So you'll work, you'll go off and do a full day at school, then you'll do your sporting training, and the next day you can't get out of bed.
Right.
So it's actually really looking at what you're doing and saying, well, what was wrong with what I did? Okay, so it could just be that you played computer games before you went to bed.
Right. So it's about changing some lifestyle habits, having some treatments, and then we can get back to living the full life and doing exactly what we want to do, because it's perfectly treatable, right?
Well, I think more than that, because especially if it's not the concussion that you realized was causing the problem, it was a previous concussion, your life will be in a little bit of chaos when you come for a treatment. And so it's actually going back and working out when the original concussion was and slowly getting your life back on track. And what you'll find, like the teenager who got into med school, is that you're not only achieving back to the level that you were achieving before you had the first concussion or the second concussion or the third concussion, you're achieving beyond you're achieving what you really came here to achieve, rather than, And I've been through a couple of concussions myself, and things were quite chaotic at that time. And if I look back, the answers weren't there. I had a whole lot of normal medical tools that I could have used, which I did use, but none of them worked.
Okay.
So that's one thing I would say is, even if you only have a couple of treatments, to see if you like the treatment, and then and it's not for you, that's fine. But really, if you want to get yourself back on track and actually achieve at any age, you need to commit to a few treatments at least.
That sounds fantastic, Diane. How can we reach you?
It's best to look on my website, which is www.bodymindhealth.co.nz, and all my details are there, or you can just Google my name and you'll find my details there as well. So
thank you so much. Her name is Diane Sorrell. You can Google her name and find out all the amazing things she does. She is way underselling herself here. What she does is absolutely life-changing. Make sure you reach out. She also has a Facebook group, which is called Body Mind Health, where she freely shares education and helps people to get back to full health.